and welcome in or welcome back. It's a Monkey Mar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click the like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications. Hey guys, welcome in. This video is not going to be too long, but I am going to talk about my feelings on everything that is going on with the Summer Moon Utah Wells case, because honestly, not only is Summer Wells lost, but the message has gotten lost. When did this become about Dawn, Candace, the sisters, the SA charges, the recorded phone calls brought to light? I feel that everything surrounding Summer Wells' investigation has been tainted, and I am probably going to get a lot of slack for this, but Chris McDonough, you have really disappointed me and a lot of people. But now the people that are sitting there and listening to all of these recorded phone calls and everything against Don and what he did 40 years ago, and you were able to sit down and meet with Candace. She invited you into her house. You recorded phone calls and played them on the air so everyone could scrutinize the surroundings around Summer Wells' case. Let's go ahead and take a little tour on how all of this started, because the message has been lost. I have watched YouTube channels. I have sat back and I have listened to creator after creator bash and drag Dawn, Candace, Allie, the grandma, the nicknames, the insults, the family of Dawn Wells airing private information across social media. So what? So we could bash them? I do not give a flying shit about Dawn, about Candace, about H, about Candy, about the grandmother, about Marcos. What I care about and what I want to know is, where is Summer Wells? And you, Mr. McDonough, you have made this case into a circus show, and I just do not understand how an ex-homicide officer would put all of this negative stuff around a little 5-year-old girl missing. Now, what Dawn did was wrong. I feel utmost sympathy for Dawn's sisters, but there is a place for everything, and for them to constantly record these phone calls and to come and play them all over social media, I think the message is lost, because the question still stands. Where is Summer Wells? Let's look at this little technique, manipulation, that Chris used to get into the goodness of Candace and Dawn before he went and flipped the narrative and changed a missing 5-year-old girl into a complete social media frenzy regarding Dawn's sisters and what a bad man he was 35 years ago. Am I a Dawn fan? Absolutely not. I don't give a shit what Dawn does. What I want to know is, where is Summer Moon Utah Wells? And I pray that Dawn's sisters get justice, and I pray that this shit show that's going on with Dawn, Candace, cartel, Boston, phone calls, recorded calls, has not hindered the investigation. And with that, guys, let's get into it. Let me reiterate before I get into this any deeper that I do not have a like for Dawn Wells or Candace Wells. I think they definitely have some shade around them. I do not know anything about the grandma, so I am not going to speculate. But what I am going to speculate is how I feel that the message of Summer Wells has been lost. So we get into the fundamentals of the Reid technique. Now, is that what Chris McDonough used? I don't know. But when he went the first day to see Candace at the lake, he gets into some points of the days leading up to the crime, your education, background, and financial situation, your versions of events, the victim, your belief system and opinion on the crime and punishment, any provocation or mitigating circumstances surrounding the event. Officers are preparing to use the information gathered against you during an interrogation stage, which is where most suspects are trapped. So let's go down into these little points right here. Establish a casual rapport to make you feel comfortable. So where did this happen? Where did Chris McDonough establish a casual rapport to make you feel comfortable? Let's have a look. Let's go to the first day that Chris McDonough met Candace at the lake, and she started to tell Chris the story, as in he was building a relationship, laughing, smiling, saying things that were nice to Candace. Let's just listen to a little bit.
Right.
Her say something, then I say something. I'm not into all that game.
I'm here to help find your daughter.
I want to find Summer. I don't even care about anybody else's bullcrap. I want to find my daughter.
I do too. Okay.
That's all this matters to me.
I totally agree. I totally agree that I'm on that same page with you. All these people, I'm sure, are on the exact same page as well. I think you know that, right?
Yeah.
So Chris tells Candace he wants to find Summer. Now, I do not know how you are going to find Summer with all of this unnecessary not nonsense, but things that are not in relation to Summer going missing. So he comes in, he's nice to Candace, he's laughing, he's smiling, he's telling her he wants to find Summer. How is any of this going to find Summer? But he builds a nice relationship with her that Candace invites him over to the house. So let's go have a look at that little part. So now he has a casual rapport, and he has made Candace feel comfortable with him. Candace invites Chris to the house, acclimate you to the interviewing environment if necessary, which he is on her turf, so she is already okay with it and obviously comfortable enough with Chris McDonough that she invited him into her house. With the mess, the condition, everything surrounding the situation, she still brings you in to her house. Establish your behavioral baseline to help them better read your body language and tone during interrogation. Chris came off friendly. He came off as he wanted to help. And then we get to this part.
I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids. And that's when I come back up into the house.
Okay.
With the boys.
Okay.
Not that.
You walked into the house.
Well, I walked into here. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here in row with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
Our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now, see?
And then I yelled and I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I gotta be tiny to get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it'd make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man. Good grief,
No, I know if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot, I know if he can fit, you can.
This... Oh, my gosh.
This case has really aggravated me to the point where I am going to do this final video on my thoughts, and I am not going to follow Summer Wells unless, like I said last time, there are facts that are out. So Chris is being nice, he's laughing, he's cracking a little bit of jokes, he goes down, she invites him into the bedroom, a very private part of the house. She's open, she's answering questions, she makes the eye contact, she tells him what he wants to hear. So Chris, was that just a big front to get to Dawn Wells? Because what happens after this, in my opinion, is absolutely disgusting across the board. Last but not least, common interrogation traps. Now, all of these do not imply to the situation, but most of them do. Implying you've been thrown under the bus by a co-conspirator. Telling you they'll go easy on you if you confess. Empathizing with you to mitigate the crime. Empathizing with you, giving you alternatives to your alibi. For example, asking you whether you were only at the store that day to get milk. Isn't that funny? Milk is in the article. If you agree, you've just placed yourself at the scene of the crime. Such interviewing techniques are statistically proven to increase the chance of a confession and trap unwitting individuals attempting to aid an investigation, and they are permitted in Wisconsin for the reason if you've been accused of a crime, it's imperative that you retain a lawyer as soon as possible. Then we go into the phone call that Chris recorded with Dawn Wells and played on his channel, but did not tell Dawn he was going to play the call.
Time do you get up, and what do you remember last about seeing Summer?
All I remember is when I woke up is her feet and her foot being under me, kind of, you know. I remember her being there, and I covered her up a little bit or whatever and left, and she sleeps just right between me and Mom every night, you know.
Right.
But, yeah, I just went to work, normal day. Luckily, you know, I guess that a couple of guys I talked to that day, and the big boss seen me that day, knows where I was. And it wasn't 30 minutes, 40 minutes after Jamie left. From we sit there and talk for 30 minutes, just sit there and talk, you know.
Yeah.
But after he left,
okay.
Jamie's he's another finisher that was working out here.
Got it.
Sure. Yeah.
So then after Chris did this phone call with Dawn, which he did not know was being recorded, or if he did know, I'm sure maybe, but did not know that Chris McDonough was going to break it down with that voice analyzer and completely dissect every single thing that Dawn said. Then we have recorded phone calls, which you can see on Unmasked, with the sister Mary telling her story. You've got the other sister who told her story. The niece came out and told her mother's story. But this is my opinion. I do not know how all of that being aired on social media was or is going to help find Summer. I think that should have been left to the law enforcement. I think some of this Chris McDonough should have kept behind the scenes to make sure that this case was not going to turn into a shit show. But it has. The meaning is lost, Summer is lost, and everyone has stopped talking about Summer, and the only thing they're talking about is Dawn and Candace. Some things are better left out of the public's eye so that some things can get resolved. Now that this has turned into a complete circus, and there has been all of these people coming out of the bushes, Candace's phone call that Dawn was taken by the FBI, maybe he was taken by the mafia. My question to you is, would all of this unraveled if those personal phone calls with Dawn's sisters were not brought to the public eye? If Chris McDonough would have stayed, what is the word I'm looking for? If he would have stayed on the friendly side of Candace and Dawn, and he honestly was there to help find Summer, and he was there to help be an alliance for them, to talk to him, and maybe honestly find out where Summer Wells went, where she is, what happened to her, who took her. But no, everyone has dissected this family and their faults and their flaws. And now, where are we? We've got, I don't even know where we are, but where I am is I am about finding Summer Wells. I am about the fact, and I am just disappointed in so many YouTube channels that are making big money off of this little girl going missing. I think it was handled dirty. I think it was handled wrong. And I think that I will say it over and over and over again. Dawn's family and Mary just always having the record button ready to go and recording all of these conversations with her brother to put on social media for what? So he can get bashed, antagonized more, so that he can do what he's doing with all of these crazy phone calls of the Mexican cartel, the drugs, the crack, the this, the that. I don't give a shit about any of that. And now the question is, will we ever know what happened to Summer? 3 months in, and I do not think that Candace and Dawn are masterminds to pull off a crime within 3-hour time frame with 106 agencies, and Summer is still not found. With a reward out there, most people would take a reward, especially if you're on drugs in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains living in a shack. These are my personal opinions. So guys, please drop your comments and your opinions on what you think happened to Summer Wells. What do you think is going on as far as this case completely blown out of the main focus of where is Summer Moon Utah Wells? And honestly, will we ever find out? Or is this going to go 6 years down the road like little Dior Koontz Jr. and many other children that have been missing for a long time? The whole thing just breaks my heart because I think we have lost track of really what this was about. So Mr. McDonough, with all respect, I do ask you this question. What does any of Dawn's sisters and their relationships, is it a pattern with Dawn? Is it bad for what he did? Absolutely. But how is that going to help you, me, and the world find Summer Wells? And I'm asking you seriously to let people know how this is going to find Summer Wells, or what you are doing to find Summer Wells. No disrespect. An honest question, Mr. McDonough. Alright guys, drop them comments, drop them opinions. And with that, it is a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.